The Grand Canyon is one of Earth's most beautiful archaeological sites, and while it is one of the most visited places on the planet, it is also one of the most mysterious wonders of nature. The mysterious site holds secrets about Earth's history that is yet to be uncovered. From indigenous tribes once called the place home to the countless animals that live there, the Grand Canyon is indeed a mystery like no other. Being a site with such mystery attached, you would expect it to be a target for knowledge-thirsty archaeologists. Recently, a group of archaeologists made a discovery at the Grand Canyon, and what they discovered would change the course of history and our knowledge about the historic structure. But what exactly did the archaeologists discover, and how would this discovery affect the Grand Canyon? Join us as we delve into the hidden history of this archaeological wonder, uncovering secrets that could rewrite the course of history. It is not unusual for scientists to go on expeditions in the Grand Canyon to uncover any mystery that might still be lurking in the shadows. And at this time, they have made yet another groundbreaking discovery that has archaeologists terrified. So you might be wondering how big this discovery could be that it has archaeologists astounded. Paleontological research has confirmed a series of recently discovered fossil tracks within the Grand Canyon National Park, which happen to be the oldest recorded tracks of their kind within the Grand Canyon. So who made this bizarre discovery? Initially, the discovery was made by a Norwegian geology professor named Allan Krill while hiking with his students in the famous Grand Canyon. Apparently, a cliff collapsed and a large boulder from the rubble landed along one of the many hiking trails in the Grand Canyon. Of course, Krill had no idea what remarkable finding he had stumbled upon at first, but upon further inspection, he realized a distinct set of well-preserved fossil footprints. Krill was intrigued and sent a picture of the footprints to Stephen Rowland, paleontologist at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, for further research. Findings from the research revealed that the trailside tracks were far more significant than what Krill first imagined. These are by far the oldest vertebrate tracks in the Grand Canyon, which is known for abundant fossil tracks. More significantly, they are among the oldest tracks on Earth of eggshell-laying animals such as reptiles and the earliest evidence of vertebrate animals walking in sand dunes, Rowland stated in his report. Track-bearing boulder that fell from a nearby cliff exposure of the Menasha Formation led to this groundbreaking discovery. The presence of a detailed geologic map of the state along the Bright Angel Trail, combined with previous studies of the age of Menasha Formation, allowed researchers to pin down the age of the tracks to be about 315 million years old. The newly discovered tracks record the passage of two separate animals on the slope of a sand dune. The major area of interest to the research team is the distinct arrangement of footprints. Researchers reconstructed the animal's footprint sequence, and this revealed a distinctive gait called a lateral sequence walk, in which the legs on one side of the animal move in succession, with the rear leg followed by the foreleg, alternating with the movement of the two legs on the opposite side. Dogs and cats are common examples of animals that use this lateral sequence gait when they walk slowly. The Bright Angel Trail tracks document the use of this gait very early in the history of vertebrate animals. Speaking of million-year-old structures in the Grand Canyon, the rocks that made up the Grand Canyon's walls have been around for millions of years as well, and they contain secrets from an era we may never be able to fully understand. This is a piece of common knowledge about the Grand Canyon that was formed over a very long period, but Randall Carlson, a renowned geomythologist, presented evidence to the contrary. He suggested that the rocks at the Grand Canyon were created in a very short period, but one could wonder exactly how short the period is. Well, probably a couple of weeks was the answer given by Randall when he was asked the same question, and he presented evidence to back up his claims. To accept the evidence of Randall presented, you might have to change the way you think about history. His main argument was that the evidence in the rock suggested that the formation of the rock, the sedimentation, happened very quickly for the receding of water to create the various types of layers we see today. He added that a very large amount of water not only carved the rocks within a short period of time. Randall has worked on many big projects and is still part of various research projects. One of the distinctive geological landmarks of the Grand Canyon is the Coconino Sandstone, a rock layer that forms a significant part of its geological makeup. The rock layer is one of the many strange things that have ever been discovered at the Grand Canyon. What made it stand out is its white to light gray color and unique texture, which is visible in many of the canyon's walls and cliffs. The Coconino Sandstone is believed to have been formed over 275 million years ago during the Permian period by ancient sand dunes that were preserved over time. This geological formation provides evidence of the powerful forces that shaped the Grand Canyon over millions of years and continues to attract archaeologists and scientists from all over the world. In addition to the million-year-old findings in the Grand Canyon, a 280 million-year-old fossil track has also been discovered. Well-preserved fossil tracks of the tetrapods were discovered in a large sandstone boulder in a remote region of the Grand Canyon. and further research conducted on the fossil tracks revealed that they are about 280 million years old. Dr. Heitor Francescini and Dr. Spencer Lucas visited the national park in 2017 to investigate the fossil tracks there, during which they recognized the tracks from the Ogniotherium. This discovery of the Ogniotherium tracks was the first to occur in the Coconino Sandstone and from a desert. What animals made these tracks remains a mystery, but they are believed to belong to a group of tetrapods. Randall Carlson, the renowned geomythologist, is also an explorer who finds his true happiness in traveling and exploring new places all around the world, and the Grand Canyon happens to be the top list of many explorers all over the world. It is not unusual for explorers to stumble on new findings when they go out on expeditions at such historical sites. Scientists recently stumbled upon another breathtaking discovery. That is, a burial site recently uncovered in the Grand Canyon National Park during construction work on a cross-canyon water pipeline. The pipeline carries water from Roaring Springs on the north rim to the south rim, supplying the park's water needs. The new waterline replacement project was commenced to update the aging pipeline infrastructure. Joel Baird, the park's public affairs officer, stated that the park is currently in the process of taking initial steps to secure and protect the site and undergo tribal consultations with associated tribes of the Grand Canyon. Apparently, you can't just dig up ancient graves stumbled upon on federal land, and there are certain protocols to follow when it comes to handling these graves. From Baird's report, we can see that consultations are being conducted with the Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act, which provides guidelines for handling indigenous burial sites found on federal lands. While all this is going on, only limited information is available about the newly discovered burial site. One of the most incredible discoveries ever unearthed in the Grand Canyon is the Great Unconformity. Just like the name suggests, the Great Unconformity is an erosional feature, meaning the appearance of the rocks in the Grand Canyon show distinct periods of change. In short, at least 1 billion years worth of rocks are missing from geologic records. This mysterious occurrence has baffled scientists for decades, as the Grand Canyon's rock layers serve as a window into the Earth's history. Geologists have theorized that the missing rock layers could be attributed to various geological processes and transformations that occurred over millennia. Still, in an attempt to uncover the mystery behind the Great Conformity, a team of experts utilized thermal chronology, a process that involves analyzing the heat stored in rocks. This analysis provides insights in the missing history and shed light on the complex geologic transformations that occurred in different parts of the canyon. Another study conducted by scientists revealed that the Grand Canyon experienced unique geological deformations during the tumultuous period of the supercontinent Rodinia, approximately 633 to 750 million years ago. These deformations are said to have contributed to the geological anomaly we see today. While research conducted to unfold the mystery of the Great Conformity is not exactly conclusive, every report from each research takes us a step forward in unraveling the mystery of the Great Conformity. Walking down Bright Angel Trail in the Grand Canyon is like stepping into a time capsule. The steep dirt trail contains remnants of rich human history visible from the path. Petroglyphs and rock arts are frequently observed throughout the Grand Canyon, as many ancient civilizations left their imprint on the canyon walls. This isn't unusual at all, as prehistoric people lived in these lands for many years. However, they are still undeniably one of the most fascinating historical discoveries at the site. These ancient artworks provide insight into the history and culture of the people who inhabited the area well before the arrival of European explorers. The oldest petroglyphs in the Grand Canyon, dating back to around 10,000 years ago during the Archaic period, consist of abstract designs and geometric shapes which are often found in remote and inaccessible places. This village discovery is not exactly strange, but what made it remarkable archaeologically is the uniqueness attached to it. The Supai Village is located deep in the Grand Canyon within the Havasupai Indian Reservation. It is a tiny Native American community accessible only by foot, horseback, or helicopter, thus earning a spot as one of the most remote communities in the United States. The community is renowned for its striking natural beauty, the Red Rock Formation, waterfalls, and turquoise pools encompassing the area. Tourists can trek or ride a mule to reach the secluded village and relish the stunning surroundings while exploring the local culture. The village also presents tourists with the opportunity to spend a night in the village and hike the nearby destinations like Havasu Falls and Mooney Falls. Situated deep in the Grand Canyon is an exceptional subterranean cave system known as the Cave of Domes, which happens to be one of the most interesting discoveries in the Grand Canyon. The cave features a succession of remarkable domes that evolved over millions of years as the limestones were eroded. These domes are distinguished by the buildup of mineral deposits on the cave ceiling, resulting in their distinctive look. Tourists from all over the continent flock to the Cave of Domes to witness this unique geological formation at the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is often hailed as one of the most significant landmarks in the world. It is one of Earth's most beautiful and mysterious places. But it's not just the physical beauty that makes it mysterious. It holds secrets about our planet's history. From ancient fossils of strange creatures and missing rock layers, this natural wonder continues to capture the imagination of scientists from all over the world. What discovery did you find most terrifying? The fossil footprint that was embedded under a boulder from millennia? The Coconino Sandstone that serves as a significant geological landmark to this wonder of nature? The mysterious burial sites that holds mysteries waiting to be uncovered? Missing rocks from over a millennium or the unique isolated village? What about the mysterious Cave of Domes? Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.